Alrighty, Thursday thoughts for this week is coming live from out on the water. So the question this week is how little wind is too little, and does swell play a part in a downwinder? So today I'll pan in a little bit. I'm downwinding on a big foil, and you can see right now I'm standing here. Wind was like 20 knots. It's since dropped off to like 10 or maybe less right now. Feels less when you're going with it. But let me show you what I'm looking at. So that's the best bump I've seen so far. But these are the conditions. It's not overly inspiring. It is, in terms of average speeds, on the 1540S here, I've been averaging 3 minute 30 so far. That's 17 kilometers per hour. Now for a surf ski or a stand-up paddleboard, that speed's unbelievable. To be averaging that is crazy. But for a stand-up foil board or a foil board in general, a foil that goes as slow as 17 kilometers per hour is not exactly your downwind foiler's first choice. But what I'm thinking for this week's thoughts is that these big foils mean we don't need as big a waiting period. And if we don't have as big a waiting period, it's going to be easier for more people to attend. That kilometre was a 3:24. For those wondering, that the beep was in my watch lap. So if the conditions become less good, obviously it's not ideal. But if we don't need as good a conditions, we can still have a good race and still testing our skill sets. And you can hear now, whilst I'm working, this is a very doable speed to be travelling at. If I was racing, I'd be working a lot harder. Do we need waiting periods? I'd prefer them, personally. I think the better the conditions, the better a showcase, the better the sport grows. But is an event in conditions like this behind me better than no event at all? Do we just need to suck it up if we get unlucky with conditions, bolt on the big foil and make it happen, make it work? You know, carrying on from my thoughts from last week was a downwind foil world tour. Would this classify as a downwind run? Yeah, so personally I'd say yes. This definitely classifies as a downwind run, and while it's not the conditions we wait for all week, it is very much doable conditions, and actually it's gotten better since the start, that's for sure. So I think we encourage brands to bring out foils that can go slower so we can downwind in more events and not set an unrealistic parameter to ensure epic conditions every single time. Whilst we'd all love epic conditions every time, realistically it's not going to happen. Not everywhere in the world anyway. So they're my thoughts for this week. Thanks for listening along, and I hope you liked the live from out in the water thought this week. Cheers guys.